This is Nightline. Tonight, Beyoncé's historic surge.
I think sometimes genre is a cold word to keep us in our place as artists.
The superstar, already the most nominated and awarded artist in Grammy history.
Cowboy Carter.
Notching not one, but two huge new honors.
And I hope we just keep pushing forward, opening doors.
For her genre-busting Cowboy Carter.
This ain't Texas.
And its smash Texas Hold'em.
So lay your cards down, 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 down.
What she posted about hitting the cowboy trail. Plus, Harrison Ford, the beloved actor and star of the Raiders of the Lost Ark franchise.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
And rom-coms like Working Girl.
Let's just meet like human beings, for once.
Busting out of a new role as Red Hulk. Spilling the tea on the Marvel superheroes' complexities.
He's complicated. He turns into a Hulk on rare occasions.
The question he couldn't dodge.
I promised me you weren't going to ask that question.
And gearing up for Super Bowl 59. Nightline. Thanks for joining us. Beyoncé has done it again. Her history-making Grammy win reverberating from all corners. Already a Grammy record holder, Queen Bee breaking new ground and now taking the genre-bending Cowboy Carter on the trail. Here's ABC's Janae Norman.
Cowboy Carter.
It was an historic night, decades in the making. Beyoncé becoming the first black woman to win Album of the Year in over a quarter century at the Grammys, accepting her award with daughter Blue Ivy by her side.
I just feel very full and very honored. It's been many, many years.
Fans ecstatic.
Oh my gosh, she got it! She won, so that's all that matters.
The most nominated and awarded artist in Grammy history finally snagging the Grammys' top award after having been nominated for the Album of the Year 4 times before.
And I hope we just keep pushing forward, opening doors.
It's a feat her husband Jay-Z, the most awarded rapper in Grammy history, called out at last year's show while accepting the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award.
Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
Last night, Jay-Z and fellow superstar Taylor Swift raising their glasses to Queen Bee.
And it probably feels very validating and redemptive in a lot of ways that she won Album for the Year for an album that she flipped genres in, still kept and maintained her audience while also collecting a new audience, while also educating everyone about the tradition of country music.
Earlier in the night, Swift presented Beyoncé with another milestone win, Best Country Album of the Year.
Cowboy Carter.
Making her the first black woman to win a country Grammy in 50 years.
I think sometimes genre is a cold word to keep us in our place as artists. And I just want to encourage people to do what they're passionate about.
The moment even more poignant after Beyoncé was snubbed at the Country Music Association Awards.
Cowboy Carter itself is really an homage to black country musicians who have been unable to walk through the front door in their own genre of music. For her to get that kind of validation had to feel amazing.
Over the last couple years, many have drawn comparisons between Beyoncé and Taylor Swift while they were each promoting their new albums and going on tours. Swift's Eras Tour becoming the highest grossing tour of all time, and each artist attending the other's concert film premieres. While Swift didn't win any of her 6 nominations for her Tortured Poets Department album last night, the camaraderie between the two was apparent. Many comparing the moment to 16 years ago after Kanye's infamous interruption on the Video Music Awards stage.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time.
Beyoncé later bringing the young Taylor back up.
So I'd like for Taylor to come out and have her moment.
Beyoncé's award-winning night also included Best Country Duo or Group Performance for the song Two Most Wanted featuring Miley Cyrus.
I'll be your shotgun rider till the day I die.
She's the first black woman to win this category since the Pointer Sisters in 1975, 50 years ago for Fairy Tale. When Beyoncé released Cowboy Carter last March, the album sparked instant praise and outrage from Texas Hold'em.
This ain't Texas, ain't no Hold'em, so lay your cards down, 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 down. Only God knows, only God knows, only God knows.
To 16 Carriages.
16 carriages.
Beyonce to the right!
Beyonce!
People couldn't stop talking about Beyoncé's foray into country music.
I think the topic of her lyrics, it's very country-centered.
Country music's for everybody. It's for Beyonce.
Just because you sing hip-hop music with a country accent does not make it country music.
Michael Jordan, was he known as a basketball player or a baseball player? Enough said.
On social media, an uproar ensued when a fan posted that an Oklahoma country radio station initially refused to play Beyoncé's new music. In a statement, the minority-owned station, KYKC, said that at the time they, quote, had zero knowledge that Beyoncé was going to release a country song, and added, "We highly respect Beyoncé and her talent." On cable news, former Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider sang this.
They've got to make their mark just like a dog in a dog walk park.
In a statement, a representative for Schneider said John was clearly talking about artists attempting to cross over into country music and not specifically about Beyoncé.
I look at the reaction to Beyoncé, I hope I can speak frank here, but it's the musical equivalent of Shut Up and Dribble.
All of this forcing a reflection on the sometimes fraught history of race and country music.
People like to ask the question, why is country music so white? And I point to the larger issue that America is segregated, and country music has braided its identity into American identity.
The problem is the way that the industry is reacting to her is not the way that they have reacted to any Black woman in the past, and I don't think it'll be the way that they react to other Black women in the future.
Before the album Cowboy Carter even dropped, Beyoncé made history, becoming the first Black woman with the #1 song on the country charts with Texas Hold'em.
That's incredible because this is a place where Lil Nas X's Old Town Road wasn't allowed to be considered on the country charts. This is a place where Morgan Wallen was caught on tape saying racial slurs, and the response to that was to give him one of the biggest albums in country music of all time. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
In a post on Instagram, Beyoncé writing, "My hope is that years from now, the mention of an artist's race as it relates to releasing genres of music will be irrelevant." She added that the album was born out of an experience that I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed.
I think Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages exist as a pinnacle moment for country music because they point back to an extraordinary Black country past. So it is pointing back to an entire history of Black musicality and Black presence.
It takes somebody who is at superstar status to do something that shakes it all up.
That shakeup, thanks in part to country and folk artist Rhiannon Giddens. Her banjo is the first thing you hear on Texas Hold'em.
I know for a long time you said, once Beyoncé puts a banjo on a track, my job is done. Obviously, you don't feel like your job is done.
Yes, never done.
Do you feel like this isn't about Beyoncé going country, it's Beyoncé getting back to her roots?
I'm like, people can do what they want to do. They want to make a country record. Make a country record. Everybody has the opportunity to explore their roots, to go back and go like, this is my life too. I want to do this. Like, the stay in your lane, well, that's not real country. That's just racism. You know, people don't want to say it's because she's Black, you know, but they use these coded terms, you know, and that's problematic.
The banjo wasn't always something Rhiannon felt comfortable around growing up in North Carolina, but that changed once she learned the roots of those strings.
Finding out that the banjo was an African-derived instrument invented by people in the Caribbean, African diaspora, enslaved people, blew my mind. And I was like, it lit this fire in me. And I was kind of like, can I come into this music? I really like it, you know? And then I learned the history and I was like, give it to me, you know? It's like, this is mine too. This is everybody.
To now be a part of this moment on Beyonce's country hit, what is that like for you?
Like, to be honest, it's like, it's the best thing ever. I think about the legacy of the Black string band player, the Black banjoist, the Black fiddler that helped create the pathways and the byways of American culture. To be represented in that way is just amazing.
Beyoncé's wins last night further adding to that legacy.
She decided to create a country music album to really eliminate the gatekeeping that was happening and to break down barriers, show people that she can find herself in just about any genre of music and make it work. And she did.
Now, for the next step of her journey, the much-anticipated Cowboy Carter Tour. Announced after a delay due to the devastating Los Angeles fires, many of the heroic firefighters taking the stage last night.
I am confident that we will recover and rebuild together because we are LA Strong.
Our thanks to Janae. For much more on Beyonce's trailblazing Cowboy Carter album, watch the full Impact by Nightline. It's Beyonce Country, now streaming on Hulu. When we come back...
This is...
Since when were they red?
Harrison Ford's latest career metamorphosis into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Welcome back. You know, Harrison Ford is no stranger to iconic roles. At 35, he picked up the lightsaber as Han Solo in the Star Wars franchise. Then he cracked the bullwhip as Indiana Jones. Now 82, he's taking on what just might be his most transformative role yet. Here's ABC's Will Reeve.
Get a call from someone saying, we want you to be in a Marvel movie. How did you answer that call?
In no particular order, I thought, why not? Might be interesting. I've seen a lot of really good actors have fun. And so, give me a little piece.
Harrison Ford is back in action. The 82-year-old superstar pulling no punches, now joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
You want me? Come and get me!
Did you work out? What did you do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I worked out to be just like that.
No? You let the computers take care of that? We got the magic take care of that?
Yeah.
The Hollywood legend full of his singular rugged charm.
Do I look disheveled?
No, do you want to?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to mess up your hair or something.
How's that?
I think you look good.
Ford, synonymous with films like Star Wars and Indiana Jones, stole hearts in films like Working Girl.
Let's just meet like human beings, for once.
Brought suspense to films like The Fugitive.
I didn't kill my wife!
And his Oscar-nominated role in Witness.
It's not our way. But it's my way.
Now he's also showcasing his comedic chops as a lovable yet ornery therapist on the hit Apple TV Plus series Shrinking.
Oh, I was kind of looking forward to a fight.
And with Captain America: Brave New World, Harrison Ford is showing no signs of slowing down.
You know I've been no fan of heroes, but even I can't deny the good that you've done. Work with me, Sam.
He plays the now president Thaddeus Ross, picking up the role from the late William Hurt. It's Ford's first time in a Marvel film, something he'd been wanting to do for years.
It's a Marvel movie, for God's sake. And it's got all of that smash and grab, running, jumping, and falling down stuff.
Being in a Marvel film is blank.
Being in a Marvel film is a privilege. It's an introduction to a whole new genre.
I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
A new look, a new mission, and a sneak peek.
But what you've accomplished has given me reason to reconsider, which is why I want you, Captain America, to help me rebuild the Avengers. The Avengers? Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's complicated. He turns into a Hulk on rare occasions. And that has ended his political career.
As it probably would.
As it should.
Movie fans have loved him since his Star Wars days as Han Solo.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
A role spanning more than 40 years.
Chewie, we're home.
That's, of course, along with his reluctant hero, Indiana Jones.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
5 indie movies later, Ford still got it.
Why do you still work?
They promised me they weren't going to ask that question.
Surely at some point you could have just said, oh, I'm good, I'm going to step back, slow down. But it feels like in recent years you've sped up. You're doing these big movies, you're in these big TV shows.
I find challenge. I find new people to work with.
And that's what keeps it interesting?
Yeah, up to this point in the process.
So far. Do you have a favorite film of your own that you've been in? No?
It would be like comparing your children one to the other. Each film is a different opportunity, and you go and do something else. It's kind of a fantastic way to spend your life.
Do you look back on your career much at all?
I see it out of the corner of my eye every once in a while, but I don't reflect on it. I'm looking for something past that point.
I don't want a variable out there that I can't control.
What does Harrison Ford do when he's not out being Harrison Ford?
That's a full-time job, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I know you love to fly. Do you still fly?
I love to fly, yeah. And I have a family, 5 children. I'm just pursuing my life.
It seems to be going well to this point.
You take off, you never know whether you're going to land.
Our thanks to Will. When we come back, we're up close with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, gearing up for their Super Bowl showdown. And finally tonight, our countdown to the big game. The Eagles and the Chiefs psyching themselves up and each other out at Super Bowl Media Day. Here's Nightline's Ashin Singh.
Super Bowl opening night in New Orleans.
We're back!
A full-blown special with players taking questions together for the first time.
I've got the offensive superstars here.
Chiefs star Travis Kelce squashing any doubt who girlfriend Taylor Swift, who grew up in Eagles country, will be rooting for this Sunday.
She'll be all for the Chiefs this time around for sure.
Eagles star quarterback Jalen Hurts even asked for beauty advice.
How can I get more handsome? My girlfriend says I'm the most handsome quarterback in the league. Any advice, like something to do with my hair? I'm desperate, anything.
Man, I don't know if I can help you on that one. That sounds like a DNA thing.
Get your game face on. Our thanks to Ashin. That's Nightline for tonight. See you right back here, same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.